it going, fam? Welcome back to Erica's EDC, and today we are going to talk about patina on traditional knives, and I have something that I wanted to discuss after we talk about patina. Of course, I forgot to turn my phone on silent every single time I do that. Okay, this is something that I've been asked about a lot lately, is how to achieve different varieties of a patina. There are so many videos on this on YouTube. You can Google it, but for some reason, we are still asking Erica. So, I will answer today. There are two main types of patina that people try to achieve. We have the very dark kind of matte finish, which is done through a distilled white vinegar treatment. And that's when you achieve something like this, a variety of this. So as you can see, this one has a high polish and it has some dark attributes, some really dark ones, but I was able to achieve some purple highlights throughout, and I will explain how I did that. But generally speaking, people are either trying to achieve this dark look or they're looking for the rainbow holographic look, which is a more, in my opinion, natural look. So on this Sodbuster Junior in 1095, we have a little more of that shiny, splotchy, blue and purple patina. And this is done in a very different manner than the other one. So the lighting is really poor right now because it's raining outside. But if I were to bring this out in the sun or better lighting, or if my camera would focus, you would see that it has some blues and some purples and some orange in there. Maybe I can try to pick it up on the other side. Oh, come on. This camera is just not the best. I hope that you guys can kind of see it when I tilt it around like this. There are some blues and some purples and a little bit of orange in there. But these are achieved in two very different ways. So if you're looking for the very dark gray type patina, you want to use the distilled white vinegar, and you can basically just let your knife sit in there until it gets to a color that you like. Now you have to remember that when you take it out of the vinegar, it's going to enhance the darkness. So you kind of want to pull it a little before it looks done, because once it starts to get out in the air, it's going to darken a little bit more. So just something to think about. You can also leave your carbon steel in a potato, like just a plain white potato, and that will darken the blade as well. But if you're looking for those splotchy, swirly colors, the blues and the purples and the oranges, that's when you want to use food. Like, you want to use fruit and meat. So on carbon steels, if you use like red meat that you've cooked and then you cut it up like a steak, for instance, that is going to provide a lot of blues and purples to your blade. If you use strawberries, it's going to give a rust color like this. I think you can kind of see down throughout here we have some, oh my goodness, a little bit of like a rusty tone to this one. That was done with strawberries. If you want to get a really bright patina, you can use oranges because they're super acidic. If you're looking for a more mild, subtle patina, use apples. But basically using red meat will provide the blues and the purples. The fruit will provide different varieties of orange tones, and you can make it more subtle cutting up apples. But that's how I achieved this kind of splotchy colored look on this one. It's a little more subtle than the copper lock, the mini copper lock. Like, this is just a little less in your face. I feel like this looks a little more natural because you can still see some parts of the steel that weren't hit as hard as other parts, and I just, again, feel like it looks a little more natural. So fruits and veggies and steak will really give you those different tones. And if you want just a full-on, just dark patina, do the distilled white vinegar treatment or leave it in a tater. But this is pretty dark. You could go way darker than this, and you could also have more of a matte finish as opposed to a polish. So with this one, what I did was I drank way too much beer, got really ballsy, and started dicking around with strawberries at my friend's house. And then I decided I would use vinegar after because she said that she had some, so I let it sit in vinegar without wiping the blade off. And then 3 beers in, I decided to just shove it into a potato for like 20 minutes, so I let it sit in there, and that's what this did. And then I realized that the vinegar got up into the moving parts, and it was gritty, and also in my drunken state, I got sand in the moving parts, so I had to flush that out with WD-40 because that's what we had there. So I cleaned the blade and the moving parts with WD-40, wiped it down, and that made the blade super shiny and clean again. And then I obviously, hit this on a ceramic rod and stropped it so that the edge was cleaned up and not patinaed. So, the edge looks clean and it is sharp and ready to use. The rest of the knife has a patina, but that drunken state of playing scientist gave this. And typically, like I said, when you do a distilled white vinegar treatment, it will leave more of a really dark matte finish that almost looks like sandblasted, and it doesn't have those color hues in there. The reason mine has it is because I was literally shoving this in every which thing that I could, like a 12-year-old boy would, and we have color hues stuck underneath the vinegar from my strawberry treatment. Ding! So yeah, that's how this turned out. It looks like it's ancient in that I took it out of the Titanic, which is kind of cool. It's just completely all over the place in terms of the different colors and tones, and I think it actually looks cool because it's polished and it doesn't have that matte finish. It's super high gloss and super shiny, but with so many different shadows and colors underneath there, and you can see a little bit of the like reddish and purple hues, especially right there from the strawberry that I was playing with. So play around with different things, guys. Like I said, there are so many videos on how to form and force patinas on your knife. I typically do it naturally and just let them naturally form, but you get a couple beers in me and I think that I am a metallurgist. I think that I make knives. I think that I know everything, and that's what happened with this. So, patina. There we go. Now, leading into knowing everything, I have a mild disclaimer that I've given on the channel before, but we're just going to reiterate real quick because we have a lot of new subscribers and the channel is taking off and Erica's feeling a little fucking stressed. So, coming back onto the Instagram has been an absolute pleasure. I love taking photos. I love posting the photos. I love interacting with you guys. I love being back in the photography game. It's been a bunch of fun, and I'm having a blast. But a gentle reminder, I work a full-time job. I work 40 hours a week, and I have 4 dogs to take care of and responsibilities on top of that. And I do YouTube and Instagram full-time, and no, I do not get paid in a conventional manner from those platforms, but I am making an income in a different way. Like, I am not monetized, I don't get paid for doing the YouTube channel, but my subscribers and my followers have a method and a form of providing that for me so that I don't have to work with, overseas companies and get knives sent in and I, have to say good things about them. And this allows me to not have to review, like We and Civivi and Kaiser and Olight and all of these overseas companies that I want nothing to do with. This allows me to pick and choose what I want to review for you guys based off of what you want to see. And I give you a mild set of rules to follow. Like, we're not doing the overseas stuff from a particular area. We're not working with people that are bullies, stuff like that. So I just wanted to remind you guys, because the amount of requests I'm getting for things is just, it's almost unbelievable at times what people expect me to do when I have a full-time job on top of doing YouTube full-time. I put a video out literally every day pretty much, and I am trying so hard to keep up. And some of the requests that I'm getting and the constant need for interaction is just, it's just a lot at times. So I just wanted to let you guys know I can't do everything all the time. Like, I do have a full-time job. My living situation is very odd right now, and it's a lot of work. And I have 4 dogs that are my whole world and that I need to dedicate time to. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I think maybe some people don't know. Like, maybe some people think I get paid for YouTube or that I do it full time when I don't. And the neediness is just a little extra right now. So if you have questions, like, feel free to leave them down in the comments. But I'm begging at this point that maybe, number one, you watch the video before asking the question. So, like, if I title a video labeled, like, how to do a forced patina, don't click on the video and then ask down in the question or the comments, how do I do a forced patina on my knife? You know what I'm saying? Like, or asking for a review on a Chris Reeve Small Sabenza 31 when I literally spent, like, a very large chunk of my life testing and reviewing the Chris Reeve Small Sabenza 31, and there are so many reviews and so many videos on my channel of that knife, like, I don't even know how I can make any more. So just, like, check the playlists. I made so many playlists. I have, like, 500 videos, I think, on this channel. I'm sure I have a video on your question already. And if I don't, I'll make a video for you, I promise. But, like, before you go asking about things, just check the playlists, because I have so many videos on my channel, and I have so many playlists that, like, you may be able to find the answer to your question without asking me for it when it already exists. So just take, like, 30 seconds, whiz through the playlist, see if you can find it. I think you can even type in things on YouTube and, like, search a specific thing. So, like, if you see a picture of my BGM Knives Magna Cut Mini Spade on my Instagram and you're thinking to yourself, hey, I want to know more about that, and I like that knife and I want it, instead of asking me in my DMs 200 questions about that knife, go over to my YouTube and see if I've done a video on it already. You know what I'm saying? Like, go look on my playlist and type in, like, BGM Knives Magna Cut Mini Spade and see if something pops up, because I can promise you it will. I already tested that knife. I already reviewed it. There's so much content on that knife, and, like, getting 25 DMs a day about it when I already gave you the info is, like, draining for me. And I don't want to ignore you guys, because I know what it feels like to, like, reach out to someone and know that they saw your message and that they ignored you. So I try to answer everyone, but I get, like, 150 messages a day on just Instagram. That's not including comments on YouTube, and that's not including, like, the texts in my personal life. So it's just a lot, and I know I'm probably coming across as, like, a little bit brash and, like, a little harsh and a little irritated. I'm Italian. Like, that's just how I talk. I talk with my hands. I get passionate and I get fired up about things. Like, give me a break. I'm not irritated. I just, like, really hope that you guys take just a few extra seconds to just do a little bit of research and, like, see if that already exists out there for you to utilize before blowing up my DMs 24/7 asking for a review that I did 3 years ago, or for a review that I just did last month, or for an update that I just did 3 days ago. Like, it's probably on there. So, that feels good to get off my chest. Pete, if you're watching this, Jersey Knife Guy, he totally knows the mood I'm in right now. He is 100% Italian. And it's just like a thing, I swear. Like, us Italians get so passionate and like fired up about things. It's like you get in the mood and you start a conversation and we just pop off and we just go. We get all into it and then people think we're irritated and we're not. We're just talking. But it's a lot of hand movements and it's a lot of like yelling. So I'm sorry. I love you guys so much. I really do. Like, I love you guys. I love you so much. That's why I make the videos every day. That's why I'm trying to stay active on this thing and productive and give you guys content that you love. I am trying my hardest. I just need you guys to know that, like, I do have a life outside of YouTube. And it's a very, very busy life. So I will see you guys on the next video. Go use your shit. Learn how to sharpen your knives. Buy some traditional knives from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I have no affiliation with them, but they do have the world's largest selection of case knives. So check out Smoky Mountain Knife Works if you're looking for carbon steel knives, whether they're just chrome vanadium or 1095. They have a whole bunch. Check them out. Use traditional knives. We're loving them. We are testing them. They're a blast. Thank you for the continued support on the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, even if you annoy the fuck out of me. And I will see you so soon, probably tomorrow, 5 p.m., your mom's house. I will see you then. I love you. Take care.